Listen up, butt nuggets, and everyone else who isn't Enzo Amore. This is Tuesday Night Live.
Is it really?
No, because it's actually pre-recorded, then edited, then posted on Wednesday.
That's true. But we're talking about everything Tuesday Night Live, so we'll call it Tuesday Night Live.
Fine, have it your way.
This is Burger King now? Have it my way?
Nope.
Fine. Okay.
We put out a better product than Burger King does.
That's true.
Putting you on blast, BK Lounge.
We got
the coops.
We got better coops than you. We don't have coops. We're gonna get coops though eventually.
Hell yeah.
If you want a T-shirt, if you want a hashtag Winning Train T-shirt, if you want a Wrestling Rundown T-shirt,
you want a hashtag Get Dranked?
Let us know in the comments down below. Let's talk about Smackdown, where Dolph Ziggler couldn't even get heat off of talking about Michael Jackson. Shinsuke punked him out. End of story.
Man, that was a waste of what could have been a great segment.
Yeah, 10 minutes of nothing. AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin, though. A good opening contest. Probably one of Baron Corbin's best matches to date.
Well, it was AJ Styles.
That's true. If you can't have a good match with AJ Styles, you need to get the fuck out of wrestling. But no, this was a great match with Kevin Owens at commentary, trash talking everyone, especially Byron. Because
what's new?
Because he's Kevin Owens. I thought you were gonna say something.
I just giggled a little.
Corbin, was actually getting quite a bit of offense, I said that wrong. Yeah. AJ was taking it to Baron for most of this match. Baron Corbin just couldn't get his bearing straight, but Kevin Owens tried to distract AJ towards the end when AJ was going for the phenomenal forearm. AJ was still able to kind of dodge out of the way of Baron Corbin rushing at him after he super kicked Kevin Owens away. Ended up turning a powerbomb attempt into a sunset flip and defeated Baron Corbin. But Kevin Owens, who apparently wasn't too knocked out from the kick, decided to get in. They both beat down AJ Styles for a little bit until he was partially saved by Sami Zayn, but then both Sami Zayn and AJ Styles were taken out by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens already running SmackDown.
Yeah, it's the blue Kevin Owens show.
Yes.
He's blue, dabba-dee-dabba-die.
Sure.
Power bombs for everyone.
I'm gonna mix up some of this stuff. I'm gonna kind of bunch some of the related stuff together.
Things that what we used to call them the overarching storylines.
Yes. We found out why Rusev hasn't shown up on SmackDown yet.
Yeah.
He is refusing to show up on SmackDown because
shoulder injury.
He doesn't like Daniel Bryan. He doesn't like Shane McMahon. So he's not going to wrestle.
He doesn't even like Shane's dad's shakeup.
Yeah, he doesn't like any of it. And he's only going to wrestle on SmackDown if he's guaranteed a championship match at Money in the Bank.
Alright, so expect to see Rusev challenging AJ Styles for the United States Championship at Money in the Bank.
Oh, man. He really didn't specify what championship he wanted to go for.
Nope. Like I just said, so Rusev and James Ellsworth versus Breezango for the tag titles at Money in the Bank.
So expect to see Rusev versus Naomi for the Women's Championship. Yeah. I like that they're doing that. They're rather than like, oh, he's out with an injury, they're actually giving him like a storyline to come back into, which is great. We had Randy Orton versus Eric Rowan in a no disqualification match. Eric Rowan looking to soften up Randy Orton before the
I felt like this was a weird placement in the middle of the show to do a no DQ match, just kind of like.
It was, especially with the fact that like Bray Wyatt wasn't even involved in the situation.
Yeah,
it was
just, it's SmackDown's champion.
Well,
involved in a stipulation match, which then was like post into the next championship pay-per-view match, like build. That all happened in the middle of the show.
That's the weirdest thing about this whole thing. So yeah, obviously he's going against Eric Rowan, who's still slightly connected to Bray Wyatt, trying to make it easier for Wyatt on Sunday.
They called him the lone disciple of the Wyatt family.
Yes, it's a cool name. They had a good no DQ match. They used stairs. They used a kendo stick. There was a chair. There was all kinds of stuff. Just having fun. Randy Orton ends up hitting an RKO after sending Eric Rowan face first into a chair. And then it's, Orton does a, hey, guess what? Payback is this Sunday. I'm going to have a match. And he's going to...
I bet on this Sunday I am going to have a match against Bray Wyatt this Sunday.
Thanks for that, Randy.
Because my name is going to be Randy Orton on Sunday.
Thanks for that. But instead of Bray Wyatt giving us a last little bit of creepy words before Payback, we had Jinder Mahal come out and go, how dare you not even acknowledge me? How dare you disrespect me? You shouldn't be worried about Bray Wyatt. You should be worried about me. And he just starts going on this.
Which, in retrospect, I mean, Jinder Mahal is the actual next threat to the championship.
Yeah, because apparently the House of Horrors isn't for the championship.
No.
Even though we were kind of alluding at the beginning that it was. So, fuck Bray Wyatt's...
Superstar shakeup.
Fuck Bray Wyatt's rematch.
That's why Rusev hates the shakeup.
Because he wanted Bray Wyatt to get a rematch?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So Jinder ends up getting in the ring, starts talking in Punjabi, just really putting over the fact that he is a rich man from India. That's his gimmick. He decided to attack Randy Orton. Randy fought back until
Daivari needs to join their stable.
That would be great.
I'm just saying, I know he's not from India, but the whole hashtag Persian privilege?
Yeah, Persian privilege. That would be cool. But the Singh brothers ended up coming out and had the numbers game on Randy Orton, allowing Jinder Mahal to hit his half Nelson slam.
It's the Cobra Clutch slam.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
They gave a foreign character a clutch that wasn't the camel.
That's because the Bulgarian guy is using it.
No, it's not.
Not currently.
No.
Because he's not wrestling on Smackdown.
No,
because he doesn't like the shakeup.
Because he doesn't like the shakeup.
And it's not Money in the Bank yet. And he hasn't got his tag team women's title match yet. But,
So expected Money in the Bank, Rusev versus William Regal for the European Championship.
why is William Regal going to beat Tyler Bate?
No, not the UK Championship, the European Championship.
Oh.
I'm saying Rusev is going to travel back in time.
So expect Rusev versus Neville for the cruiser. That's not even on SmackDown.
Nope.
Anyway, no. So after dropping Randy Orton, Jinder picked up the championship, and
he had help from the Bollywood. The Singh brothers.
I just said that.
Do you call them the Singh brothers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember you saying any of that.
You don't listen to me. You don't pay any attention.
But yeah, the best part about that was just obviously that Tom Phillips was corrected.
The Bollywood boys who got involved last week. It's the Singh brothers.
The Singh brothers just that were in the
flip in 30 seconds. But yeah, Jinder ends up grabbing the belt, and rather than just doing the usual, this will be mine and Backlash, blah blah blah, he took the fucking belt.
And then the three of them got into an enormous SUV limo.
Yeah.
And took off with Jinder Mahal illegally out of the sunroof.
Yeah, that is illegal.
Because as far as I know, the only place you can actually do that is Vegas.
Yeah,
And only if you're at a bachelorette party.
It's dangerous. Don't do that.
Which one of the Bollywood boys you getting married to?
Gerv. It's Jinder and Gerv. It's like peanut butter and jelly.
Well, it's funny because if you say his full name, it's Gurvinder. So Jinder and Gurvinder?
Gurvinder and Jinder.
Jinder and Gurvinder.
What is happening here?
This is a fun episode. It's Tuesday Night Live.
I kind of liked what Jinder did here, and it's weird. So
he's coming around.
I'm giving him a chance. If he fucks him at Backlash, I'm done.
This is all just stemming from the fact that we have to sympathize that the reason why he lost at WrestleMania was Rob Gronkowski. Speaking of that, Mojo wasn't on SmackDown. Thank the Lord.
I wasn't gonna say nothing about that piece of garbage.
He who must not be named.
We had some women's stuff though.
Yeah, we did. Multiple women's things.
You know what?
Speaking of women's things, what if, like, Aaliyah from NXT came up to join their stable? And they could have a lady.
Where's she actually from?
Canada. To be fair, that's where the Bollywood boys live too, though.
That's true. And isn't Jinder from, like... Oh no, Ari Daivari is from Minnesota.
Yeah, Ari Daivari is from Minnesota.
You find out where Jinder's actually from, will you?
Okay. We'll talk about the next segment.
So, yeah, okay, well, should we talk about the Beat the Clock first, or the women's stuff?
Ladies first.
Okay, ladies first. So we had Charlotte getting ready for her women's title match against Naomi. She cut a really good promo just simply saying, I'm going for my 5th championship. You know, all these ladies on SmackDown can say whatever the hell they want, but I've already run Raw, I'm going to run SmackDown. And then we had Becky Lynch kind of giving her thoughts on Charlotte, saying, you know, I don't necessarily agree with the way she does things, but she does get things done, so I can't necessarily disagree with results. But she was actually confronted by the welcome... They're actually being called the Welcoming Committee right now by the commentary, which is Natty, Carmelsworth, and Tamina. And so, you know, they just kind of like, you know, hey, you know, what do you think about your old buddy Charlotte? You know, I know you guys used to be friends. You know, either you're with us or you're against us. And so Becky is kind of being put as a target by this group now. And so in our main event was the women's championship match, which was great. Charlotte and Naomi had fantastic chemistry. Good match going, and then the match does end up getting ruined because the Welcoming Committee does attack both of them during the match. And so I like that we've kind of got this new type of women's direction on SmackDown where everyone's kind of involved in this one singular story, but there's little things that can kind of take them in different directions, which is cool. So we didn't get an actual result for the championship match, so I can imagine that over the next month we'll get little singles feuds, and then it'll probably culminate in another shot for Charlotte versus Naomi at Backlash. That's what I assume. But as of right now, Naomi, due to the match being thrown out, is still the women's champion. Where's Jinder Mahal? Gender facts.
You know, he holds a business degree in communications and culture.
Oh.
From his hometown, well, the college in his hometown, the University of Calgary.
All right.
That's why all these guys know each other. They're all Canadian.
They're not actually from India. They're just...
No, he is considered Indo-Canadian.
Oh.
Is what they call it.
Wow, I didn't know that was a thing. Okay.
Me either. He's Indo-Canadian. His uncle's a wrestler, too.
Really?
Yep.
So he's second generation?
I get, like, uncle Din, I guess. Nephew Din.
Yeah, it's
Gamma Singh, who lives in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, but was actually born in Punjab, India.
Huh. Alright, so we'll finish off SmackDown talking about the most surprising part of SmackDown, other than me giving Jinder Mahal a shot.
Okay, I was going to say, what the hell was more surprising than you giving credit to Jinder Mahal?
We're trying to decide who's going to face the Usos for the tag team titles at Backlash. So we had 4 teams in a Beat the Clock challenge. Our first match, we had the Colognes taking on American Alpha. They'd be the ones to set the pace. Fantastic match. A great repackaged type of match for the Colognes. Not having to hide behind a stupid gimmick. Actually getting the chance to just do what they do.
Getting a chance to, no pun intended, shine.
I like what you did there. So fantastic match with American Alpha, which... I love this finish that Gable is trying to go for a tag to Jordan. Primo goes over, knocks Jordan off of the apron, goes over, tags in Epico, and they're both going for the elevated backstabber. Jordan gets back in and just like shoulder checks Primo out of the ring, leaving Epico to get tossed into Grand Amplitude, and American Alpha pick up the win in 5 minutes and 17 seconds. So, a very difficult time to beat in general, but you gotta think, the next match is two jobber teams that haven't had a match longer than a minute and a half in a long time, especially on Smackdown. You have Breezango and you have the Ascension. And so at this point, you know, it's beating the clock. So starting at 5:17 and working its way down. And they got to about the 2-minute mark, and like, it was like, okay, so now, kind of where does this go from here? Because we've seen everything that we normally see from the two teams.
Yeah.
And we had another really great finish spot here.
Yeah, well, Fandango got a hot tag.
Yeah.
And, like, did a full babyface run.
Well, Victor got the first hot tag, but Breeze shut him down immediately.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, Fandango comes in, House of Fire goes through, Ascension kind of pick up the momentum.
Yeah, that's true. He, like, does, like, a whole, like, 3-bump spot with Victor, and then he runs over, he, like, punches Connor falls in, he turns around, starts running, and Victor just fucking knees him in the face.
Yeah, Victor with that...
Essentially hits him with Seth Rollins' finishing
knee
move.
lift, man. That's a good move.
Yeah, that's why Seth Rollins uses it for a finish.
Unfortunately, Victor does it better.
Yeah, he doesn't set it up like the Rainmaker.
That's true. So, Ascension starts setting up for the Fall of Man. That doesn't happen, though.
No.
Because Breeze is able to... I don't even know what what he was actually able to do, but Connor ends up getting taken out somehow. I think
Breeze started getting in it, and Victor was like, Connor, turn around, somebody's trying to get in the ring. And I think,
did he get low-bridged?
I think he got low-bridged, and then Victor got the supermodel kick.
Yeah,
and then
into the Falcon Arrow.
Falcon Arrow.
And with 2 minutes and 36 seconds left, Breezango won the Beat the Clock challenge and will now face the Usos for the tag team titles at Backlash. Breezango.
I want to let you guys know how the Superstar Shakeup has affected SmackDown as a whole. A team that I don't think has won a match this year is about to challenge for the tag titles. While a guy who, like, a year ago didn't even have a job in WWE is about to wrestle for the championship on the same pay-per-view. SmackDown is the goddamn land of opportunities.
Shane and Daniel Bryan aren't just making this shit up. It's fucking real.
And legit, I'm pretty sure the real reason why Jinder Mahal took off with the belt is legitimately to get as far away from the fact that Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton's not a title match as possible.
Yeah, no, I kind of figured that as well. It's just the extra stamp.
They wanted like to distance that match and the championship as far away as possible.
Absolutely. So yeah, a very interesting episode of SmackDown.
I enjoyed it, though.
Some great build towards Backlash. We'll see how this House of Horrors thing happens on Sunday. We'll talk about more of that because we have our predictions coming out later this week.
Yeah, we do.
But we're going to talk about 205 Live, which was another solid episode. This was a great episode of 205 Live. Starting with a tag team match, Rich Swann and Akira Tozawa defeating Noam Dar and Brian Kendrick.
Yeah.
Two singles feuds coming together in a tag team feud.
As things do sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah, great stuff throughout this match. Tozawa ends up knocking out Dar with the Shining Wizard, and then tells Brian Kendrick that lesson number 5 is choose wisely because Brian Kendrick picks bad tag team
number
partners.
4, I think.
Was it 4?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's 4.
Oh yeah. Lesson number 3 was you have to have eyes in the back of your head.
Back of your head.
So yeah, lesson number 4: choose wisely, because Noam Dar is not a wise choice apparently.
No.
But Rich Swann is.
Yeah.
Always bet on
he
black.
can slow motion dive.
That one too.
That was impressive. He did like that slow dive.
No, it killed Batman. It was so slow-mo that Batman couldn't handle it.
Yeah. Batman cannot handle Rich Swann.
You can't handle this, Batman.
No, it was a super solid match, though.
It was.
Kendrick kept getting hit in the face a lot.
That's
Kendrick's face was a punch magnet.
That's just Kendrick. We followed that up with Tony Nese versus Mustafa Ali with Drew Gulak at commentary. One of your boys.
Yeah,
Drew
absolutely.
Gulak.
Drew Gulak.
I think the only
I salute you.
The only thing he missed in this whole segment was he didn't mention Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, that would have been the biggest. The next biggest, the way I felt about when he said that he speaks on behalf of the WWE Universe last week, I would have felt the same way this week if he would have said, look at Cedric Alexander, he's recovering from a knee injury because of this style of wrestling and taking too many risks.
Especially with this match in particular, because he was able to say, I love how deliberate all these moves that Tony Nese does. I love the way he wrestles. Everything is just so matter of fact. But look at all these risks that Mustafa Ali is taking. The fact that Mustafa Ali was doing stuff like diving over the turnbuckle and then doing the step up, turnaround crossbody and stuff like that, those were great moments where he could have said, it's stuff like this that'll lead you to the injury list, just like Cedric Alexander. He didn't say it, unfortunately, but he did have a lot to say about the match in general. And then this end spot, though, this is a first for me, I think. I don't know if you've ever seen anything.
I mean, I've seen people do it.
Have you seen it turn out the way that it did, though?
I can't remember which it was. Vicky or Lita did it for Edge.
Really?
I'm pretty sure it was a non-title match on a Raw against Cena. And Cena picked Edge up for the AA, and I can't remember if it was Vicky or Lita at the time, but whoever it was, jumped into the ring and actually walked up and smacked Edge while he was on John Cena's shoulders to, end the match and get John Cena disqualified.
Huh.
Which I think that led into, the whole thing was, if Edge won, he'd be the new #1 contender kind of thing.
Anyway, Mustafa's heading up for the inverted 450, and Gulak decides to leave the commentary table to pull Tony Nese out of the ring, and Tony Nese hits the ground so fucking hard.
Thud.
It was so loud. The camera was on the opposite corner, and you could hear it perfectly. Just whap. And so Mustafa gets down. The bell rings, and then the announcement is your winner by disqualification, Tony Nese, and Mustafa loses it. He's like, what? Are you kidding? And so this is just a fantastic moment for all three of these guys because Gulak got this great screwjob win over Mustafa. It was some good extra heel points for Tony Nese, and then Mustafa got to get the last laugh by going up to the top rope, waiting for Gulak to finish his little look how this is great, believe in Drew 05 Live, turns around into a giant senton from the top rope, which looked like Mustafa just put all of his weight, almost like Tozawa senton style, just drop like a meteor on top of Drew Gulak. So I like this little feud that's going on. I'm interested to see if Gulak is really going to get people to actually join his cause. I think that's the one thing that'll really solidify this and carry it a little further is if he actually has someone believing in his message other than himself and Corey Graves, apparently.
Who I think only half-heartedly believes in...
He switched during the course of the match because he was not excited to have Drew Gulak at commentary.
But I think still he wasn't full board. I felt the way the switch happened in the match was he was being fed through the headset to start promoting Drew Gulak.
Oh, yeah, I love your new vision for 205 Live, Drew. This is great. Yeah. It wasn't like an Eva Marie type sell
No.
for Corey Graves. It's hard to reach that level, especially if you're Drew Gulak. Our main event was Neville versus Jack Gallagher. Not sure why, other than the fact that Gallagher has been still kind of integrated in this, especially with the tag team match last week. I mean, Neville versus Gallagher, always a fantastic match.
Yep.
They never cease to put on an amazing match. This was very. I feel like
I'm not tired.
I feel like Neville was extra angry in this match too, because he was a lot more deliberate with a lot of the things.
Yeah, well, I mean,
he's mad that he's got to face Austin Aries again.
yeah. And he said that sort of in his promo, like, I've proven now there's no one on the 205 Live roster except maybe TJ Perkins who can even be considered on my level.
Right. Yeah.
The Neville level.
No one else is on the Neville level.
The Neville level. None of the cruiserweights are on the Neville level.
Nobody comes close to the king of the cruiserweights.
Nobody's even Glenn Close.
Only Glenn Close is Glenn Close. No, fantastic match. Gallagher tries to go for that super back suplex. Neville's able to fight it off.
Yeah, I felt like he did like an eye gouge, but they called it an open palm to the bridge of the nose.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to tell because he kind of like
he threw like a whack kind of motion, and I thought he went for the eye, but they said nose.
I thought it was a thumb to the eye. I thought it was very Austin Aries thumb to the eye. That's how you get the advantage. But
Which is how he got the advantage on Austin Aries.
Exactly.
At WrestleMania.
So
kickoff.
Whatever it was able to knock Gallagher off the top rope. Gallagher ends up like backing over into the corner. Neville does like a running kick to the back of his head and just stomps him a few times in the corner. Drags him back out to the middle of the ring. Locks in the Rings of Saturn. Gallagher wastes no time in tapping out.
Live to fight another day. Smart strategy.
Well, he would then get the Rings of Saturn again on the outside on the ramp, which was quickly ended by Austin Aries. Aries kind of runs Neville off. He does a little bit of, hey, look at me. We never got payoff for whatever Austin was talking to Kurt Angle about.
No.
There was nothing. Unless we missed something from commentary.
I don't think so.
But I feel like Austin should have said whatever the deal was.
Yep.
So we thought maybe it's going to be a submission match.
Yeah, because that's one of the things that Austin did is when I think they were on the ramp, he knocked Neville down and put him in the last chance.
Yeah, so last chance versus Rings of Saturn, that might be the thing. Plus, you know that Kurt Angle would be an enthusiast for a submission match.
He'd be a sucker for a submission match.
So we will find out potentially by the time we do our predictions video, and we will let you know. But for now, guys, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click all the links. We're not going to run through all of our stuff because we got this brand new little slide that comes in at the end of our video.
Yeah.
Give you a link to all the newest videos, plus both of our channels. You can check them out. Check out the podcast. Let us know what types of videos you want to see. Comment what you think is going to happen this Sunday at Payback. What do you think the Cruiserweight Championship is going to be? Is it going to be a submission? Are you excited for House of Horrors? You'll find out all of our thoughts when the predictions come up this Saturday. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Fuck.
You already said it once. Say it again.
Motor?
Yeah.
Fuck Motor Rod. Yeah.
Bye. Bye, guys.